We're live. Hey, everybody. It's Crypto Night in Canada. No introduction, no countdown. You have to tune into our videos to get that little treat.
Are you going to sing? Are you going to sing tonight?
No, I'm not going to sing.
All right. Well, here we are. Welcome, everybody. You got Tim Perry in the house. We've got Neil, the coin chaser, and obviously Ryan's here. So we'll say some Ryan comments. Are you getting reverb?
What did we do?
I was getting really bad reverb. I just fixed something on my computer. Sorry, done, guys. It's all good.
Okay. All right.
I thought it was us.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. We got Jason in the house and Sean's here. Frank
says we're 43 seconds late.
I know, Frank.
It's the time. Frank,
it's Tim's problem.
Frank,
he was doing that.
If you're in Niagara, that explains it.
That's right. We've got Drip and Die here. Sean's here. I think Jason's here. Owen.
Hey, you know what? How do I? Ryan, how do I can't, what's the word looking? You know how you do the draws and stuff, random or not? Is it randomized?
It's a paid service, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I couldn't find it. Oh, Elaine's in the house. Just wanted to say hi to everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Big day on the markets today. I don't see Candace here yet. I'm sure she's got something to say. Oh, Redbeard's in the house.
What's that?
It's amazing.
Oh, Candace is here. Nice.
Oh, there's Candace. Hi, Candace. So we're up to 22 viewers. This is awesome.
Sweet.
So what's going on? We haven't talked to you all week, Tim. It's been very, very bizarre to not talk to you all week. Oh, and the dog sees something outside. Sorry about that. How you doing, Tim?
Me, good. Yeah, just chilling.
Just chilling?
Just chilling.
Well, I mean, I'm making some moves, but it's
wow.
If I explained it to everyone, I wouldn't want them to lose money, but some serious arbitrage opportunities in the past few days. So
it's been bananas. There's been a lot of FOMO going on, and a lot of it's been interesting to watch what the IPO for Coinbase has been doing. I mean, it went up and then it just dropped.
It did what every IDO in
everyone. It's every single one.
Ryan called it.
It was so obvious. Every single one. It's like clockwork.
Yeah. It's really good.
And no, Candace, I'm not going to sing.
Yeah, Candace, you keep pushing him.
You missed it. You were late.
No, keep pushing him. He'll sing eventually. So how you doing, Neil? What's going on in your world? Back a full week at work now, and you're back in the action.
I see your Twitter feed. You got all kinds of stuff. I mean, you're like a buckshot going out there. You go, oh my God, I'm waiting for this one. What's going on?
I'm just sitting here and hoping that I picked some good projects that I was super excited about. A lot of them are kind of just hanging tight. A couple have gone down, like Earn, Eternity Chain. But, they flubbed their launch and stuff. And, I wish I had more money. It's a good time, I think, to buy it if you're into it. So, and I'm just trying to squeak out, finding new stuff, new coins, trying to do a little farming or I guess staking. So just trying to find my way in the world of crypto.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. So, well, I know it feels like we're all trying to do that. Redbeard, you're funny. Tim Danter, the crypto crooner. Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah. And so just before we go too far into this, if anything should happen at all tonight and we get somehow shut down, please just migrate over to Ryan's channel, the Hi Rye Channel, and we'll just jump right back in, hoping that doesn't happen. We just have to be really, really be careful about what we put in comments. That's
okay. I think everyone, at least most of the people here too, know exactly what the deal is. We're not going to do that anymore, obviously, on this channel or the next. But again, we got 35 people here, guys. We're like 4 minutes into it. I don't know. I shared it on my Facebook. Share it on yours. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe because we're only literally a few minutes into it, digging into the hellos and the hays, guys. So again, bring your friends and fam on and let's rock and roll because the round table that we got going on here is amazing every single Wednesday. I love it.
Hey, Tim, were you following this? What Candace said, there was some action with Bitcoin because
I
there
just
was
wanted
a
to
wallet
check the
that
price
was,
that I last checked it. I don't know what drop she's talking about. It was at 62K like 15 minutes ago.
yeah, no, I know, but there was a phantom wallet that did that took
Yeah,
1,278 coins and hit them in a wallet, and no one's going to touch it with a 10-foot pole, but it did some movement today, so I guess that's had some sort of effect
From
on.
2016 hack, yeah, it's a big scare. But I mean, Bitcoin's at 63K again, so
Yeah.
what? Like everyone was, it's gonna drop on the it's gonna drop on the news of the Coinbase, and I was like, okay, how Bitcoin reacts to that is gonna tell me how like in dire are we with these alt bleeding right now, and the fact that it reacted again and right now ETH dominance just jumped up huge, which is good for alts but bad like for the short term because ETH's getting all the attention. But generally how it used to go, Bitcoin to ETH to the majors to mid caps to small caps. So if it stays the line, we could be in for, you just got to hold the line kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
'cause
it's totally true.
I did a video on Sunday, and the market cap was 2.1 trillion, and now it's up to 2.2 trillion. So, and the dominance of Bitcoin dropped a point. So,
another leader of like altcoin, like seasons or whatever you want to call them, or like big time like indication that alts are going to go nuts is usually Doge leads the pack.
Yeah.
And it's up like 50%. So
yeah, no, that's it's really fun. So before we get too deep into the conversation, as promised, we have a special contributor tonight, and he's in the back room, and we want to bring him on out. So get ready, everybody. We're finally happy to introduce you to the Great White Vaper. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Hi, Ken.
Hey guys, how are you?
Say hi to the Great White Vaper with no long hair.
yeah, no long hair. Is my audio okay?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's good. It's good.
Okay, very good.
So we talked to you, on the weekend, and you're quite pumped about some coins and tracing some stuff, and you're making little gains here and there. So tell us about.
No, wait. Tell us about yourself. Oh, Ryan's waving. Ryan, did we miss something?
No, just new people coming on. So I'm just waving to whoever's new on the channel at the moment.
Oh yeah. Hi everybody. So no, Ken, tell us a little bit about your journey into crypto.
Well, I started in 2013 actually.
Oh.
The way it happened, I was at work, and somebody at work mentioned something about somebody's hard drive being lost in a dump. And they wanted to pay to find it because Bitcoin at the time was like $500 a coin. So I started Googling it and researching it, and I figured out what Bitcoin was, and I was just like, wow. And then I went on to make a miner, and then I bought miners, and then I lost everything I had. And I got mad, and I walked away from it. I seriously walked away from it. Last time I looked at a Bitcoin, it was $220.
Wow.
Wow.
So when did you get back in the game?
Just recently, I'd say the last 3 months.
Wow.
My new job, I have a pension with it. So I was wondering other ways that I could actually make additional money for my retirement. And I started searching about dividends, and I found the Hi Rye Channel. And then within that, I also found the crypto channel. So I was like, hey, I know a little bit about crypto. And here I am.
That's
There you
awesome.
go.
That's awesome. Well, you've got a lot of people saying hi, and
9 minutes in, we got 48 people.
Awesome.
In Redbeard saying, "Hey, Vapor."
yeah, it's all.
Yep, that's about right.
That's all good. So we got talking, you had a lot of insight that when we were talking on Saturday, and I just thought that I would open it up to just wide open conversation, because I think you guys all would have something really, really cool to talk about. For sure today, Bitcoin is the news of the day, but let's open it up. Neil was telling us he had something really exciting today.
He didn't get into it in the pre-show, so I'm curious myself.
Yeah, I want to know what it is.
It's a yield farming But what they've set it up to be is a social connection between the people that stake and the farmer, and they're calling them mega farmers that you would pick. And they have a protocol that if you pick them, you would decide how much you follow them, and depending on the yield, they take a percentage of your profits. So you're basically just staking them, and if they do well, they get a portion of your profits. And it's called Donkey, Donke. Yeah, and their logo is a donkey. It's a farm. It's like totally. It's so my style. I don't like to be taken serious. Like I don't take things seriously very often. I like to keep it light. And you're going to be going, and you could stake behind people that know what they're doing and are going to be doing this as their job, and that because the thing I'm learning right now, just trying to do things, is like it's. You got to go here and you got to do this, and really you can't do it part time. You've got to keep your, and it's just not something I don't think I could really do with my other things going on right now. And it's an exciting project. It's got some big backers, and it's actually being launched on paid in May, I believe, and they've got an IDO coming up. And it's like I'm just sitting here being like, paid just had a pretty good retracement, like. Like things like that, but it's like all my money's tied up, so it's like, what am I gonna give up?
So you heard about this one, Tim?
No.
Well, they used to do this with, like, when I used to trade stocks way back in the day. I would say 5-10 years. I don't even know how long ago. I used to use a platform called eToro, which is no longer available in Canada, but I used to use eToro. So it's a really unique idea, but it's definitely not new because eToro, part of what made them explode here in Canada was that you could have a trader who's a pro, for instance, throw them or stake them, basically throw your cash behind them, and then they would collect a percentage. And it was like, I swear that is the reason I signed up for eToro and trading from the get-go. Yeah. So the fact that that's available now on the crypto side, it's amazing, buddy. Like, honestly, they brought that up as the example, but what they also said is they're going to make it a social aspect. So you'll like see the profiles and the avatar, and some of the things they were saying is it would talk about like what kind of risks they take and their strategies and what they're doing. So they'll actually have a profile, and they want to have, it looks like they want to have, more than, or sounds like they want to have like 15 that you could follow. And they're going to launch even before they're like going, they're going to be launching with 5 you could pick from and start investing even before. So Nice. I just think it's interesting, It is. I really love the logo and stuff. Like I grew up in the country. I love it. Like it's just I'm already kind of hooked, but I'm very cautious now, like with seeing what's happened with launches and stuff. I'm not nearly as ready to jump in when something comes in. It's just a project that I'm definitely going to keep a tab on, definitely watch. I just started following them on Twitter and went into their Telegram. Well, it's an interesting idea. I mean, bringing essentially an advisor to the social platform aspect of things, dude, that's going nowhere but up, in my opinion. Again, and someone asked about it. eToro wasn't good. That's why they're banned in Canada now. But their one aspect, like that one aspect of eToro, was their most popular thing ever known to man. It was just it was amazing. I love the idea. It was, again, years and years ago, but that I love that they're doing that with that there, Neil.
Yeah. So that's one I'm going to chase.
So Tim, in a situation like this where we've got a hot market, if you will, there's a lot of pumping going on with all kinds of coins that really don't mean a heck of a lot of anything, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we still haven't seen that run, though, that everyone's like waiting for, where everything's kind of going green. So it's kind of all the old 2017 rising from the dead coins right now so far. Well, like a lot of the new coins aren't getting any love yet. But I mean, like I said, just be patient, because if you drop coin to coin, you'll lose.
How does a newbie, like newbies, how do us as newbies know that, as you say, it's a green light, it's going? How do we know that? I mean, how is there a way that we can differentiate just a rise in a one-day market versus no, it's going?
No, because a lot of pumping ups lately, it's like flat deadline, and then all of a sudden, bam, it's up like this.
So the hockey stick.
Yeah, but lately, like Wazir X, it decided to go like a 10x overnight, and it's holding up now. It's not a pump and dump. It was just this accumulation. It was the same with Raven Coin. Sat at a penny for 2 years. and then ran to 30 cents. So you're just seeing a lot of like coins that were sitting there, like you thought they were dead, but they weren't. They were just accumulating, I think. And I don't know. It's tough because I'm like, I was expecting as the Bitcoin dominance dropped to what it is now to see a lot more price ascension in a lot of the altcoins, but it hasn't happened. So I'm wondering where all this money's allocating to for the most part. So we'll wait and see. I think it's just you wake up one day and all your coins are going to be green kind of thing, and it's good.
Yeah.
Altcoins run crazy. All these people who are like, oh, Union's down, I'm worried. This is down. Like a lot of my coins are all down. When they run, they don't give you time to catch up. So now's not the time to sell. You just got to wait, and when they go, they're going to go.
Yeah. So Nate has said he's asking you about BNB is hitting the moon. Do you know what he's talking about, Tim?
Yeah, I'm so pissed. Neil knows this. I got in at 220 on the chart, and then we were getting all an IDO fever, and I jumped out at 280. But I told them, I'm like, BNB is going to 500. BNB is, I spoke about Kasha and CAS, where like it's basically that, like a more decentralized Kasha, right? It's doing fiat on ramps, it's doing everything. It's doing loans, it's doing like futures. It's Binance is everything right now.
Yeah.
The smart chain right now, and money's flying into the smart chains. Matic right now, Polygon's like no gas fees. So Ethereum's kind of getting eclipsed for this moment. I don't think obviously this is by any means the end of Ethereum, but even I now have been like moving all my stuff through Matic and the Binance smart chain instead of Ethereum, and saving tons of money and doing these arbitrage opportunities. There's not a lot of liquidity on the Binance side, but a lot of these coins now have started doing cross swaps and bridging. And so like you only get a couple opportunities, but I did one coin the other day was at it was 90 cents on Binance Smart Chain, and it was $2 on Ethereum side, but it was on a centralized exchange, so I got to send it out to KuCoin. So I bought a ton on Binance Smart Chain, sent it over, and sold it for 100% more on the other one.
Oh my gosh!
And I didn't have a lot of liquidity, but it was $2,000 US, bam, like that.
So let me ask the group this. I understand Ethereum is the big boy in the house, but with all these other blockchains that are out and able to charge like next to nil to do all these transactions, how does it not catch Ethereum really fast?
One simple word: decentralization. Ethereum's far more decentralized than any of these other ones. They all have CEOs. They all have people that run it.
Okay.
Until that's like an autonomous, like running little thing, Ethereum's not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Okay, so we should go over here and just see that we've had a couple of things. Journey said he sold all his stocks today to put towards his line of credit. That's awesome. Crow says this has been a good journey to get rid of debt. Verena has got a question. Is that BNB down? I don't think it's down.
BNB down is like betting. It's a little more. It's kind of like a gambling kind of coin in which you're betting BNB goes down. But apparently Chris has a good memory. Chris Lazarus there. He bought Bitcoin when I said I was transferring my $7,700. So he remembers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you still hot about Union?
I mean, I'm keeping a careful eye on it.
Yeah.
I got really lucky with my play. I sold most of it at 10 cents and I rebought in. And I bought Xrp at $5. It doubled, and then now I'm going back in with probably triple my stack. But so yeah, I still believe in Union.
Wow. So we got another comment here. Is Cardano decentralized?
No.
No, they're centralized for sure.
If it's got a CEO and people running it and stuff like that, no. Like Vitalik Buterin and a bunch of other guys started Ethereum, but they don't do anything with it now. Developers work on it, and you're obviously like enhancing these layer 2 solutions, Ethereum version 2, but it's organic kind of thing now. It's just people wanting to work on it, like Raven Coin, Bitcoin. There's very few coins that are actually the old cypherpunk like movement of nobody running them, decentralized, truly decentralized.
Yeah.
There was a comment made today on something I was watching, and they said that the reason that Cardano is still so popular is it just has so much of a large influential community behind it, supporting it.
There's so many cult followings in like the top 10 that are now moving out. Litecoin, XRP, Ripple, all those have huge cult-like followings. I love Ravencoin, but I have to admit it's got a massive cult following.
Yeah.
And you know what? Play the cult following. There's nothing wrong with it if you're playing.
Really, eh?
Exactly.
Yep.
And Tim, we got into a big conversation on Sunday night about Occam's razor that's going to be happening with Cardano. And so have you heard anything about that?
Anyone heard anything?
Anybody Neil Can Occam's razor?
No.
I know the theory Occam's razor, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I started doing research. I will get back to the group because I'm kind of interested in what I'm reading about. But my brother's in the house tonight. Everybody say hi to Gus. And he's got a question. It says, any insight on Syscoin?
Oh, man. Syscoin. It's been a long time since I've heard that one. I can't even remember what it does or anything right now. I don't want to make the same mistake I did with Vapor over there.
Oh, gosh. Well, Verena's asking about how do we feel about OMI today? I know Ken, I know Neil is excited still about it. Ken, are you excited about OMI?
Yes, OMI it's got a lot of potential now. They're talking about actually allowing you to transfer your gems for OMI and OMI for gems very soon. So that's yeah.
Yeah, I think
the downside is that, well, the downside is everything that everybody's buying, all these NTFs on the VV app, people are not getting the returns selling them privately as they thought they were. They were getting really good pricing, like $500, $1,200 for one NTF 2 weeks ago, and I just seen that the DeLorean, somebody was selling it for like $150. So,
well, there's three price points for the DeLorean. So if that was like a 1 to 6 non-interactive, that'd still be a 5x kind of thing. Yeah. But I mean, I'm on your page on that one, to be honest. But but yeah, I mean, there's still money to be made. I mean, who's to shake a stick at 5x though? You know what I mean?
You'll see. I think things will change when they open their marketplace and you can start having people that haven't acquired anything. They can start acquiring it through the app. Because everything that I've heard with the app, like I haven't gone in today, but the marketplace hasn't been open. And to get your NFT off of the app isn't easy. Like that's why OMI is, or pardon me, VV is interesting, is because you have to kind of use their app.
Yeah, and a lot of people have been transferring them app to app and paying outside, but some people aren't paying and a lot of people are getting burned. Yeah. So it's leaving a really bad sour taste in people's mouths right now.
I actually I'm already looking at OMI as my 2021. Like I'm holding it till next year. Like it's I'm hoping that I've got gains from this alt season that I'm not even worried about. I'm going to hold on to it, and when it possibly runs next year, I'll be quite happy about it.
Yeah, well, if you look at the Flow coin is behind the NBA Top Shots, and I think the Flow coin's like $35 a coin right now.
Whoa.
So if it keeps following the same trend as Flow.
But what's the tokenomics of Flow, though? Like, what's the circulation?
I'm not sure what the circulation is.
Because one concern I've had with OMI, and I told I'm out of OMI. I still think it's going to be a successful coin. But as Ryan, I just, the NFT, that like niche narrative, I wasn't feeling it. And then I was obviously wary of that circulation. And in the last, 3 weeks, they've added another 18 billion to the circulation. That's always gonna, I mean, how do you go anywhere when you're constantly putting 18 billion coins out there?
Well, because that comes from the reserve. So the reserve is getting burned down slowly because every time you do purchase an NTF or you transfer it to somebody else,
right,
it apparently does some kind of a burn. I don't know, it's 10% or 25%.
For sure, but that doesn't negate the fact that like there was 150 billion in circulation 3 weeks ago, and now there's 168 billion. So it's like that 18 billion, like they're adding, and don't get me wrong, they're allowed to. You know what the total circulation is, and you know that they're going to dilute. Usually they tell you at what points that they're going to dilute, so I don't know that. Right. But all I'm getting, and it's for fees and to probably buy licenses, so I'm not knocking it. But if you don't have enough people buying and they keep selling, then where's the price go? But it has chart-wise held up Basically, the support is at about 0.7 of a penny, and so far it's held up. If it breaks that, though, I'm a little worried about the immediate price range for Omi.
Yeah.
Right.
The releases and the marketplace are key for Omi, and that's why they've I believe they haven't done the release this week because they're working on the app and getting the marketplace. But
Yeah,
they've already said they have 5 years worth of content for 2 drops a week, and when you trade in the marketplace, it also burns coins. So even trading in the marketplace after you've bought something, they burn coins, and then you trade in the marketplace. So it's definitely, I don't think it's gonna. I've changed my opinion. I don't think it's gonna fly this year.
No,
Like,
it won't. Not this year.
If it gets to 2 cents, that's a pretty darn good year, in my opinion. But I'm looking for next year.
So Neil, why wouldn't you sell that, get some money, and then come back in if that's your mindset? You're willing to hold it out, eh?
Yeah. Well, because what if I'm wrong and then it runs to 20 cents?
Oh, for sure. That was how I felt with my union the other day. I was really, in my pants kind of thing when I first sold it at 10 cents. Yeah. It boosted. Remember, it went up to like 13 cents that day, and then obviously that's when the dip hit. And I had gotten into Xrp at 7. It dropped to 5, and union had gone up. I was like, oh man, like I screwed up. But then I did more research on Xrp, sold more union as it came down, threw it into Xrp, and then of course now Xrp is flying union, so it worked out for me. But no, that can happen. Obviously.
But I don't want to get caught it going and then I'm FOMOing in. I love this project. I'm ready just to sit on it.
Sure. Just want your mind.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm just like, I can't keep moving stuff around because I just don't have the time. So I need to start pulling back a bit. But like as I say that, I've done a little dabbling here and there. And I gotta say, I just gotta shout out to Chris. Thanks, Chris. I got some rest. And I am also waiting for TVK to have its day. And I actually spent more money 2 days ago, and I bought the dip at 59 cents to lower my entry. I'm waiting for that one. I feel like I'm gonna wait till July or August, but I'm here.
Take it from a guy who was in the 2017. I watched the whole 2017 basically bull run go by, and I was literally involved in it simply because I went from coin to coin, pump to pump, and then it would go down. And then I see another coin pumping. If you guys have conviction the coins are in, just sit on your hands for a bit, because that's where you're gonna make the most money. But obviously, don't sit there once you see like a top out kind of thing, or you think, and take your profits and stuff like that, but don't move too much from coin to coin, because I see a lot of it. Should I sell union now? It's like, no, like it hasn't even gone parabolic yet it have its run. Maybe when it does a 10x on you, then sell, then do something, and then look for a smaller coin. But just like my biggest advice to people is just patience.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is that what gives me a bit of anxiety is I hear about all these good ideas, I get FOMO about them, but I think the anxiety for someone who's new and is on the road with a 9-to-5 job and doesn't have access to the computer is you create your own anxiety by the more coins you get into. Mm-hmm. Not only that,
I tell you guys, Warren Buffett always said, right? And not that I agree with him in his new, he's always been against crypto. He's been against Amazon. Like he's been wrong for the most part in the last 20 years. But one thing, like when it came to investing and stuff, one thing I always took from him was invest in 6 to 7 solid good investments, and that's it. Don't strain yourself with so many little ones. And also, like I've told Neil, because Neil's new, so he's always like, oh, look at this.
I want everything. I want it all.
And don't get me wrong, he still gets me going. But then I always have to and you'll see our thought. If you were to see our chats, you'd be like, no, I'm good. I've got my 7 coins. I can't. And I'm telling Neil, because Neil's like, oh, I got all this, and I'm like, but remember, your sizable portions is where you're going to make the most money. Like, find your big ones that you really like, put more sizable, whatever your portfolio in that, and don't touch it.
I think Ryan does the same thing with his stocks, right? Ryan, you don't have a gajillion. I've got
a handful at the end of the day, but there's probably 5, 6, 7-ish that I'm more heavily invested in than anything. I mean, whether people like them or not, I mean, I'm diamond handing them right to the end of time, essentially. Like, I mean, until I get the 5x or whatever it is, my exit point. But yeah, I've got my 5, 6, or 7. I will say this though too. with respect to what, just because there are a lot of people who come on my channel, and there's like 3 or 4 here who I know are watching Crypto Night in Canada who aren't even invested in crypto. So thank you so much for coming on board here on the Tim and Nancy Danter channel. I will say this, though, about the Warren Buffett thing. It's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. I will say that, because quite honestly, he's probably likely one of the most successful investors of all time. But he literally, grew up during, I don't know if he was alive during the 29 crash, but I wouldn't doubt it, because Warren Buffett's been there since the dinosaurs. So it's hard to teach a new dog old tricks. And I wouldn't go to Warren Buffett for any advice on crypto, because again, he's like aged out of that entire thing. But yeah,
I'm investing. Like, if you just switch, because stocks and crypto are basically the same thing. It's just crypto is at a much more light speed pace than, you can go up and down. I watched Xrp in the last, I told Neil the other day, Xrp the other day, and I think I told you, Tim, I'm like, I'm getting more into Xrp. I told you how much I got in. It went from like $8 that day and shot up to $16 that like in like 2 hours, and then came back and retested the 8 and went back up to like 11. Like, to a normal person, that's insane.
Well, actually, on just kind of following up too, I just remembered this. I wanted to mention this like 10 times over the last few videos, but I follow Warren Buffett's quarterlies with Berkshire Hathaway, with what he invests and what he divests from. So we've seen this massive crypto push, this Bitcoin adoption mainstream over the last, let's say, first quarter of 2021. Okay, it made world news, the fact that he invested so heavily into a Canadian company, last year. Wasn't just any Canadian company, it was a Canadian gold company, in foreseeing a crash. He divested 100% from Barrick Gold in 2021 first quarter. He's not in gold. He clearly doesn't see it as a hedge. So I don't think he's dumb. I just don't think he understands crypto enough to get into it. But he clearly sees gold as not necessarily doing what he thought he would, or thought it would, just because he bought into Barrick for one specific reason. Clearly, the smartest investor to have ever lived, really, is seeing that he doesn't know what he doesn't know about crypto. Right. So he backed out of what he saw as an obvious loser. I've been wanting to say that for so many videos, but he pulled out of Barrick Gold, and I thought, whoa, okay, so now the smartest man in the world has no faith in gold, because that's when he got into it, was in preparation of a crash 1 to 2 years ahead, right? Anyway, following what he does is actually pretty interesting, because when he pulls out of something that he doesn't talk about, that's what's interesting, because no one knew that he pulled entirely out of one of his larger holdings in a Canadian company, pulled right out, doesn't own one share, no faith in gold.
But I mean, when you're at the top, it's easy to get that insider information, not to like, don't get me wrong, Buffett had to start making a couple millions on his own, but he made billions off the back of hints and nudges. And
sure.
We all would too, though. I'd be sharing a drink.
I've done it in crypto. I've known a coin was because I was in with the developers and they were giving me the insights. Like, bro, like this guy, the front leads freaking not doing anything. This is not going to go anywhere. So I sold. 100%. Yeah, so, I'm not against insider trading. I just think it's a joke that it's considered illegal when everybody would.
I know. Like, every trade is a form of insider trading at the end of the day. It's how much can you know more than the other guy? Like, that's hilarious.
For sure. Hey,
it's all fun and games until you're Martha Stewart.
Oh yeah, don't even get me going on the Martha Stewart thing. That'll just make me mad.
Redbeard's comment.
So Redbeard had made a comment quite a while ago, and I've had it up here. Just does anybody know anything about Tesla stock tokens begin trading on Binance crypto exchange?
I've been calling this forever. That's what I thought Ravencoin was going to do. I thought they were going to start tokenizing stocks on Ravencoin, but it turns out they're doing it on Binance. That's why Binance is just going to be this juggernaut that it's showing itself to be.
Wow!
Don't be surprised when you see Ravencoin, like a full Wall Street like rebellion of stocks moving into tokenized securities on Ravencoin. Most likely is still my guess.
You see that the third largest mortgage, it was announced today, I think it's the third largest mortgage company in Toronto or Canada today has now said that they're now going to recognize some cryptocurrencies for payments, transactions.
Interesting.
Well, that's awesome. That's why I'm liking these e-commerce coins so like that our buddy got us into, because they're all getting integrated so far, like Shopify and like eBay and Amazon so fast. So they're getting this mainstream push in so fast. That's why I finally just said screw it and put like Xrp is now my biggest holding, and it's going to stay that way probably for a bit.
That's interesting.
Okay.
So here's a question from Chris. Everybody feeling good about Chili's?
Chili's!
Chili's!
No, Chili's isn't going anywhere. Okay, how you watch? I said this before, and I'll say it again. You want to watch, if you want to see the state of NFTs and if they're going to like stay the course, Engine is definitely your number one. Like that's who you watch to see if Engine's still going up, NFT still got the shot. If Engine's going down, that's kind of the leader of the pack. Just like Doge kind of signals alt season, I think Aave runs it. So Aave's starting to perk up again already. And anytime Aave runs, I feel like it leads the pack.
Okay, that's interesting.
And Doge runs it. These rules don't always, a lot of these rules run out though. But
Frank Collins is saying BMO is blocking like every exchange, which sucks. Has anybody seen that?
Someone said Nova Scotia wasn't doing it, or Bank of Nova Scotia.
I'm with TD. I have no issues.
Yeah,
that was Crow. Crow said I'm with Scotiabank. No issues there, yeah. But they're really high fees for your accounts. Anyways, Binance. Okay, so Rye guy said Binance is doing that with the new Coinbase stock too. I think so. That's interesting.
I haven't touched it. I've heard about it and been reading about it. I just haven't dug into it. I feel like I'm still trying to learn so much. I'm not too worried about it. It's interesting that Tesla's available, and
yeah. No, it's interesting. Journey says, "Do you think?" Click on that one. Journey says, "Do you think we are in a Bitcoin super cycle?" I'm not sure if I know what that means.
I mean, you got super trends, right? You got all those kind of stuff. And probably means like a super bullish bull cycle. It's definitely, I think, going to overextend past any other bull cycle that we've known, just because of the mainstream adoption, that X factor in right now. But a bear market will come. That's why. And I've still got post-traumatic stress disorder from 2018, 2019. Because like I feel bad when I'm talking to Neil and our buddy, because like all these coins have been bleeding for the last few days. I'm like, it could go for 2 months, guys. It could go for 2 years. Because Aave back in the day, it was at 30 cents. It went down all the way to 0.3 of a penny.
Oh my God.
And then now look at it. Then it did 3,000x. So just when you think like, oh, it can never, and that's how I feel though. It can also like, just when people are like, oh, it's got us correct. Well, no, it could just continue going up.
Mm-hmm.
Bring this up here. So Bitboy said today ETH to 27K by Thanksgiving. So I watch Ben from Bitboy. I do. However,
Bitboy just got out.
This guy seems to be a little bit of an influencer and a little bit of a pumper. So that's all I'm going to say. I watch everyone equally, but he seems to.
Bitboy just got outed.
What?
He got outed for being a scammer today. Yeah, he's been copying everybody else's charts and stuff and all their information and then posting it as his own.
No, really?
No.
Yeah, like 5.
I'm glad to see that those type of people still exist. I really am glad to see it.
There's more slime in the world, for that matter, but like there's more slime in crypto than there is good. Even projects, most projects are ICOs, so they raise millions. Are they going to actually do anything with the millions they raise? Probably not. That's why everything's vaporware until they prove it. And that's why I'm waiting for Union now to fully scale back in. Until I see their CUP come out, I'm now guarded.
I'm so surprised because for something to get on NASDAQ or on a stock exchange, they have to go through an immense vetting process. But if you're going to do the similar transaction onto an exchange with a coin, there's not that vetting process. So someone could just take the money and buy, right?
You could create a coin any day you want now, though. That's how easy it is. We all could learn how to create a coin on Hathor network in like 2 minutes. So like that's how easy it is to scam. The other day, I can't remember, it was 730 rug pulls in one day on the Binance chain.
Would you say rug pulls?
Rug pulls, so scams. They came out, they said they were like a coin, people invested, and they pulled the liquidity out and everything and just ran with the money.
Yeah, that's
how does the community stand for that? Like, I guess there's nothing they can do, right?
What are you gonna do? It's a jungle. There's
That's
no
the thing.
regulation.
And then when do you start? Because if you start bringing in the regulation around it, then you've kind of lost everything.
Yeah, then you lose
Yeah,
your
you
game.
Yeah.
want the regulation for the security of it all,
you
right?
gotta
But
know
you don't want it because you don't want somebody to tell you what to do with your money. It's a catch-22.
Yeah.
It really is.
And keep in mind, I will say this about Bitboy, because there's about 1 billion of these people on YouTube right now. If the thumbnail is about as interesting and like you have to see it because you're about to die because it's so interesting, Ethereum to 24,000, that's clickbait, guys. It's clickbait. You're not going to see any content in the videos. As a YouTuber myself, I try not to put out clickbait, but you know how easy it would be to say, I just made 100 grand and then tell you how I want to make 100 grand? Like, you know what I mean? It's 10 times easier than it sounds.
Here's the secret that most influencers, and I've already shared these launch pads, like these guys don't tell you how they really, like, they won't tell you the real secrets on how to make money. I just told you guys earlier about arbitrage. You don't read about that on Twitter. I just told you guys, do your research, but be careful and watch your numbers. But I mean, I've been catching tons of arbitrage opportunities with every new time a coin comes on and they were Ethereum backed and Ethereum paired. Now all of a sudden they're like, oh, we're listed on Binance Smart Chain. There's generally an arbitrage opportunity.
Yeah.
But
Candace
no
is
one tells
just
you that because they don't want you to come in and suck any of the liquidity. There's barely any liquidity starting on the Binance chain, so they don't want you to come in and find out because then you get to take some of their piece of the pie. Same with launch pads. All these influencers are like, oh, this coin's like Marsh. I'll use the one that it's tanking right now. I took a dive on that one. Oh, it's the best coin ever. It's gonna do this. It's gonna do that. And then the minute it comes out in IDO, you see all the sells, and then you never hear about it again for a while because they took their money and they ran. They didn't give a crap.
yeah.
I worked for a coin that had 28 people working for it when it first started, and then because they all were allotted coins, when the coin came out, they took their coins, sold, and they took off. They didn't care about what they owed to the coin. Oh no, I don't want to work for you guys anymore. Of course, you just sold all your things for a 12x out the gates. I get it.
Yeah.
And I can name a couple influencers that were involved in that right now.
Yeah.
We're 42 minutes in. We got 64 people in there, everyone. We have Tim until 9 o'clock because he has to jump off for another call. So if you have questions.
There was a question here. Let me rapid fire this. Let me rapid fire this question because I saw it in the comments. This is general as heck, okay? And I know we hate giving generalized questions, but there are always newbies here on the channel just in case. Okay, predictions-wise, we don't have crystal balls, but he asked it specifically to Tim Perry here. Tim, now because, again, you see a bullish push on Ethereum right now, maybe pulling back in the future. Where do you see Ethereum year's end? Not one day past, but year's end. It's a wild guess, by the way, so don't hold Tim to this.
No, it's because I would go as liberal as saying 20,000, but like between 10 and 20,000.
Are you serious?
Yeah, in my opinion, ETH is undervalued right now.
ETH is the only one that has anything built on it. If you look at Bitcoin, there's nothing built on it.
No, but
that's when we were having our talk on Saturday. That's what I was talking about. Way back when I first got into it, everybody made a white paper and they said, I want to do this. But they never had the funding. There was no Microsoft or Google or YouTube putting money into actually doing it. Now you actually have a blockchain where these companies are putting the money in and stuff is getting done. ETH is just going to go. It's just going to keep running. In my opinion.
The other thing, folks, is that there is on Facebook Crypto Night in Canada, thanks to the Great White Vaper for saying, hey, have you got a Facebook page? I said, nope, not yet. So it's just a community. There's a couple of other sites out there in Canada that are Facebook groups and stuff, but it's where everyone can go in, and I've seen Tim Perry on there, and I've seen, I don't know who else I've seen. Brian, I think
Ryan's written stuff. Candace,
there's something unique.
Has been in there, but it's just something for when we're not on. Just throw stuff around and.
Well, not only that, the people of at least my community are very special. The people of Tim and Nancy's community, very special. You guys saw the second I launched my Facebook page. I guess it took me 4 months. It's ridiculous. I don't know what I was thinking, but the second I launched it, I mean, I go on every single morning and there's people talking. It's an amazing community-based platform. Go over to the Crypto Night in Canada page, guys, because again, if crypto's on the mind, you're going to want to have people to talk to, and that's the community-based aspect of it, available strictly on Facebook, because we can't always do this in the chats.
Yep.
Someone called us out on not talking about Ripple earlier too, so Tim, we should talk about it.
No, you're right.
It is killing it. Like it.
Yeah.
But scams pump the hardest.
Sorry, go ahead, Tim. What'd you say?
Scams pump the hardest. It's a crypto saying.
You think XRP is a scam?
No, it's just being pumped. From what I'm hearing, the actual people that created XRP own 50% of the coin. So they can kind of control what goes on. That's what I heard. I haven't looked into it.
Scam call, yeah. But I mean, they're looking good in their court hearing. It looks like it'll probably get dropped, so there's that too. So I would have known, like I would have, if you want to take a gamble, I was even thinking about just on the court hearing playing it, but.
Yeah, see, I got out when XRP was introduced. That's when I kind of got out of it way back when in
way back in the day.
Yeah. I got out just when I was in it, it was Bitcoin was your gold and Litecoin was your silver.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I made such a mistake selling my Litecoin. Damn it. Everyone told, you know what's funny? I sold it because Tim Perry, we go on a live stream, and this is why everyone does due diligence. We go on a live stream and he's like, I'm not really feeling it. And I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I guess I'm not feeling it either. Anyway, sold Litecoin, and now it's like, I would have made, I don't know, it's not a ton of money. I would have made like $200 or whatever. But I will say this, I instead went more into Ethereum. So I don't know if I really lost anything.
I'll be honest with you, Ryan. Like, if you had asked me how the chart was looking, I said it was due for a good run, and I still actually think it's about to do a mega run. But I was talking fundamentally about the coin.
Yeah, well, whatever. I'm out now, so I'm out. But
if you also said, "Hey, where should I put my money?" It probably would have been like Xcur or Root. And if you had done Xcur, you'd be up a 1-2x right now in like 5 days.
There you go.
So, but
no reason for people to look up before they just act. By the way.
Well, there you go. That's it. Owen's asking Neil and Tim, any thoughts on 1 inch?
Yeah, it's decent. Needs more liquidity on the exchange, but other than that, it's definitely seems to be picking up the steam. I feel like Uniswap's got such a head start. Same with Ethereum, right? And Uniswap version 3 is coming out in about a month, so could be game over.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, Rick's in the house. How you doing tonight, Rick? Okay, so we have other people in here saying XRP and XLM are like partners.
Hey, what about Theta?
I keep hearing about Theta.
Theta's not going anywhere. It's a blue chip.
No.
Theta's an absolute juggernaut. I don't think I've been reviewing this AEL's cane. I don't think it's going to hold a candle to Theta. So I don't know.
It's a bit of a backstreet joke because who did I tell? I told Tim. I told you, Tim, about Theta, didn't I?
Your buy-in and how you missed it?
Yeah, 4 cents. 4 cents, folks. It was 4 cents.
I was trading it when it was. When was it first? Last year.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what you could do?
Were you guys in crypto last year when it was 4 cents?
Yeah.
I was watching it, and I'll tell you something. It was the newbie in me that it was over on some exchange that looked like freaking computer science to me, and I went, I'm not throwing any money towards something I have no idea how to get it from here to here. We weren't in contact at that point in time, and then I kind of forgot about it. I
sold Theta at a loss, like a 20% loss back in the day, around 5 cents, 6 cents.
Yeah. Elmo wants to know, Neil, did you get your DeLorean on VV?
I did. I got one of the common ones. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Dude, I was literally awake in the morning. You know me. I'm not a friggin' NFT guy. Everyone here who knows me, I'm against it. But I was going to try and buy for the sake of just a quick resale because that's how little I believe in. I mean, that's where I'm coming from on it, right? But I thought I wanted the one-to-one and I wanted the future interactive one, right? So that was clear. I mean, I couldn't even open the app before the first 2 were gone. Literally. Were you having that same issue? Because like, the app was loading. I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I tried it. The only thing available was the $29.99 one. And I'm like, I don't want, like, what am I going to, like, you know what I mean? But so you had, you bought one, eh?
I was at work. So it was super tough, like to get it done. So I was on one break later on in the day, and it was after they posted that it went live again. So I would like ask my coworker if I could go for break, and by the time I got there, it was just the common one left. But you know,
okay, Owen just said a comment too, by the way, because sorry to cut you off there, Neil. Owen just said you had to be in the app when the drop happened. Okay, dang it, because I was like, I'm just launching it the second it's live, and I was on the spinning ball.
I was in it,
for like
but
an hour.
I still I was in it beforehand. Like I always go in about 15 minutes before, but it was just like I couldn't. It was never coming up to allow me to buy. So, and I was at work, so it was like I couldn't just be like, I need the next 4 hours.
Did you get the 1 to 6 or the 1 to 1 non-interactive?
The 1 to 6.
Yeah, most people got. I mean,
Yeah,
even
the
that
one
would
that
be cool,
you can
but
open up the doors and turn the wheels.
yeah,
and,
I mean, even what Ken was saying though, the 1 to 6 is going for like 150. I mean, even if you were just doing a quick flip, you're still gonna 5x your money. But I've seen people doing the 1 to 1 interactive, which I wanted to do for a quick flip, but that's going for 600. I should say 600 high fives. Let's say 600 all the way to $800. And I was like, if I could get that, I'm flipping it because I don't want to open the doors on a DeLorean. I'll just go buy one if I have the cash, but I'm going to flip it. Like, I was trying my hardest, man. I was following you on Twitter. If anyone's actually wondering, I follow this guy on Twitter. I have kind of an anonymous Twitter account so I can post whatever I want without
I'm not sure who you are.
Okay, well, I'm never going to give my Twitter out. It's just going to be, I'll be that guy in the shadows in the night because it's a 0 follower. I don't do anything, but I'm following you, Coin Chaser, and I was keeping up with you that day, and I'm like, damn, I'm trying to get the friggin' DeLorean.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, listen, Lance has said he got one of the DeLorean ultra rare ones, so that's really cool.
Nice, man.
Before, just to kind of swap gears, because we know we're watching our time for Tim Perry. So Moonbright is saying rad or radical. Do we know anything about this one? Anybody on the call?
Never heard of it.
No, and then Rye Guy is talking about Thor Chain or Rune.
An absolute beast. Another one I played back.
I've heard a bit, yeah.
About a penny.
Yeah.
Like $13 now. I was in all the monsters. I was Thor Chain, Theta, Aave, and like Binance. All of those ones were once pretty much a penny, and now they're all, of course, Binance.
To get back to Theta, though, just from what I've been reading and looking at, it's something I was looking at. I think it's at a pretty good price right now. They've applied for a patent in the States, which is big. And AOS has gone the complete other way. They've left it open source for the community. So I think there's a lot of room for both to coexist. But Theta, yeah, it's blue chip, and it's at a pretty good price because it's been sitting there for a while.
Everyone trying AOS just says it's like a really bad product. Like it lacks the quality.
Well, Tim, one of the things I learned from Tim is that we do have a checklist, which we've got to get back to that video and do. But one of the things is you look at who's on the board, who the big names are associated with it, and the one person who's associated with Theta is the guy who also was a co-founder of YouTube. So they got some pretty big names of it, and Theta's not designed to compete with YouTube. Rather, it's to enhance its performance.
Yes. I'm learning more and more about Theta, but I know that I don't know anything right now about it. But I've got something, and if you want to come in and talk about it too, Tim, I'm really hyped up on Theta. Really hyped up. Of all the coins that I think about and that we talked about, I think I'll probably be getting into Theta.
And Theta's not going to stop. I'm that guy that likes the high risk, never been found.
I know. I mean, you got to love the high risk.
Now, I think the narrative that has not been touched yet is obviously insurance, which is Union, but that have been brought to light. I've noticed that these e-commerce coins are still very early in their discovery of people finding them, but they're all insane gains already. Xcur is already up it's called Curate. I always just use the ticker XCUR and call it Xcur. But it's up 50,000%. And normally I wouldn't jump in on that, but then I saw what it was doing, and they have intentions of going public and stuff. If they do stuff like that where they cross that line between crypto and real world. Same with What is it? SPI, Shopping IO,
Yeah.
ShopX.
We have a question. Any thoughts on Chainlink? Where Chainlink will go? That's from our friend Jason Spooner.
Go to the moon.
Yeah, everyone's calling it to go.
It's finally starting. Yeah, it's over its accumulation and it's going. It's like 40. It's over $40 now.
Yep.
Awesome. We have a new contributor to. I think this is the first time I've seen
Ski
a
Dog. I
comment.
haven't
Ski
seen him
Dog.
before.
Well, he's bullish on ETH.
How do you know it's a he?
She, somebody,
They.
bullish on Ethereum. I don't know whether he's asking us if we're bullish on Ethereum or whether he's telling us we're bullish on Ethereum. But quick round around the thing. I know Tim Perry's bullish on ETH. Neil, you're bullish on ETH.
There's lots of stuff I want to buy, but all I have is ETH left, and not right now. Like I'm just afraid it's going to go parabolic, and I'm going to be like, what? So I'm just trying to be disciplined right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to wait. I want my run, but I got to be patient.
Yeah, and Ken, you bullish on ETH?
Yeah, definitely. There's so much potential for it. There's a lot of room for it to move.
Yeah. So Chris L says, Tim, you're the GOAT. I'm assuming he means Tim Perry, although I love you.
I'm wondering if that's a certain Chris that I know. If that's a Chris that I know, say yep.
Yeah.
See,
Candace agrees. She's our non-visual contributor, but she agrees that ETH is set for big gains. This one here, Shalom Soccer. I love Harmony. It's not really performing right now, but the project and the team behind it is very promising. Anybody heard of
Yeah, we discussed Harmony last week. It's solid. Just remember, like, everything's getting hit right now pretty hard. I was trying to explain to Neil, like, basically you got your Coinbase coins that are pumping. Other than you've got the majors, and then a lot of other stuff's getting hit bad. Just wait. The money will flow in at some point. But obviously, you have concerns that, like, what if the bear market just slips in right now?
Yeah, I got to ask you guys a question because I was wondering this today while I was filming my video, comparing the chart between MicroStrategies and Hive blockchain and then to Tesla as well. Because I thought that it was pretty interesting, the parallels between the stock market and those stocks invested heavily in crypto and crypto itself. So with the intense push that we've seen over the last, let's say 2-3 days, I mean, every time I check my BlockFi, I'm ready to go to the washroom. Like I'm loving it. But at the same time, why is it today? For instance, at the time that I checked it, I literally took a picture, okay? Because Hive is trading at, say, $5. MicroStrategies at, I don't know, let's say $700, okay? They were both down 8.5%. I went to Tesla, and I'm literally 8.5%. Didn't matter about the price. I went to Tesla. Tesla was down 3%. Almost every single stock in my watch list today was actually up, except for little ones that were maybe down 0.5%, let's say negligible. But the ones that were down was every freaking company that invested in Bitcoin. And I thought, okay, why are these companies collapsing at this moment, okay, when Bitcoin's going right up? I don't have an answer to it. Do you guys have any idea when, for instance, Hive would crash 8% in the opening when Bitcoin was 10 times, like, you know what I mean? Do you guys have any idea on that, or why MicroStrategies is down 8%, even though they're riding this train, giving them money every second of the day? They're down 8%.
Well,
like,
why would I go and ride in the Pinto when the Ferrari's sitting right over there, right? Like, why do I want to stock that plays with blockchain when I could own Bitcoin?
No, but I think he's trying to draw a parallel. The only thing I can think of, Ryan, is what Candace posted in the chat was about that. There was a potential hack that the hack that happened in 2013.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know if that'd be a market driver. What I don't understand is why every time Bitcoin is up, the stocks who own it are down.
It's because
that's
those
pattern I'm noticing that I really need to start figuring out. Because
those
it's
companies
a
are
trading
holding.
option. Sorry?
Those companies are holding their Bitcoin and they're not selling it, so they don't have their gains. They have nothing to show for it.
I mean, but at the same time, given stocks are more like I still don't understand. If anything, I agree more with Tim Perry in that people are so excited about Bitcoin. They're saying screw MicroStrategies and they're going to just buy Bitcoin instead. Well, but I don't understand.
That's what I saw in regards to Coinbase today. All the tweets were like, why do I want to buy a Coinbase stock when I just own the actual blockchain stuff? You know, and that's how because that's why I won't touch stocks anymore. Why would I go back in time? I want to go forward. I just want to help Jason Spoon real quick. Does MetaMask hold all coins? Yes. No, Jason, it doesn't. It holds, if anything, backed on the Ethereum, but you can also integrate. So you can integrate the Binance Smart Chain coins on there. You can do Matic. There's many other chains that you can do. Just you can't hold any Bitcoin on it yet. So you just kind of have to research. But for the most part, MetaMask started out as an Ethereum back, which is like 3,000, 4,000 coins. And yes,
I just got what you were saying, Tim. Look at, because Nate confirmed it. Now I've just put it all together. You're absolutely right. Coinbase stock is for normies. So what you were saying is the reason I get it now. I was
Coinbase is for normies.
You were right. So why would they buy a Tesla stock or a MicroStrategy stock when they could just go buy the Bitcoin themselves and take the ride on the Bitcoin?
Yeah,
I didn't get it.
The ETFs and stuff. It's like people who don't actually want to own any crypto. They just want to get like an ETF and stuff. Like, have fun.
Yeah, no, that was really good. That was really good.
Hey, Tim, we're just watching your time for you. It's 9 o'clock.
I know. I just got the message, and they're not ready yet. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
So Rye Guy says over here, you can put GoChain on MetaMask for holding OMI. I'm not even sure if I know what GoChain is.
Yeah, but you can also hold OMI through the Ethereum chain too. But GoChain's similar. It's a blockchain. I didn't know that it could be integrated on Meta though, so that's cool. I wouldn't be surprised. Like if you go to MetaMask and you go up to the right side of MetaMask, it'll say Ethereum network. And you just hit that arrow, you see all the networks that they have. Or obviously you can add your own custom one, which I've helped Neil with and stuff. And I think we've discussed, I don't know if we've discussed yet on a podcast, but you can do for Binance and stuff like that.
Yeah. Owen's asking Rye and Danters, any progress on the route farming video you mentioned last week?
In progress.
It is in progress.
In progress because I'm traveling cross country starting 8 hours from now or 10 hours from now. In progress, guys. Rocking and rolling. We haven't forgotten about it though, Owen.
Yep.
It's a good time to get en route though.
Yeah. So would it be a good time just to get into the coin itself without having to do all the added extras at this point?
Yeah, you don't have to do anything yet. You just obviously hold it and hope the price goes up. But I don't know. My buddy was charting, says it's still got a way to go, but to dip. But who knows? But I'm already in. I could care less. My buy-ins were between $5 and $7, and it's at $6.50 right now.
Okay.
So Alex is new to crypto. Welcome, Alex, if this is your first time. And if it isn't, just great comment. I'm new in crypto. Best exchange platform for Canadians. Shakepay or Newton, there's too much on the market. So if you ask Ryan in the center square, he'll tell you Shakepay. But if you ask Tim Perry, he'll tell you that it's Bitbuy is where he goes to get his stuff. Ken, where do you get your stuff?
Oh, Shakepay.
Shakepay. And Neil, where are you buying what's your on-ramp?
Bitbuy.
Bitbuy.
Ooh,
2
it's down the
Bitbuys,
center.
2 Shakepays.
I will say this though, both are really, really easy to use. So just check out both. Do whatever you guys want to do. Both are really easy to use. I mean, the only reason I'm so glued to Shakepay is because every single time liquidity is huge to me. Every single time I want my cash, I have my cash. And I mean, like within 2 seconds, I have my cash. And I'm sure it's the same there. But I mean, guys, you just do your research. But you got 2 and 2, so at least both of them, are pretty good.
Oh, you can take fiat out of crypto after you put it in? I thought you had to keep it there forever.
No, dude, I can literally.
I thought I had to stay there forever.
That's going to mess people up. Thanks for that comment, Neil. That's going to people are going to go to bed tonight and they're not going to sleep.
I'd still put mine in if I knew it didn't have to.
You have to tune in next week for the real answer.
Yeah, Rich B is saying
I
he's
want a better job
about,
to buy more crypto.
Yeah, so this guy's thinking of going in hard, thinking about selling off all my stocks and going hard on crypto. Any thoughts from the group on this?
Research.
Very
I was
actually the stocks you're getting rid of too.
I was just chatting with my wife yesterday, and I was sitting there being like, man, I wish that I just kind of sat back for a month and was buying stuff, like didn't buy stuff as I was digging, because there's a few things now that are down, and I really wish that I took more time, but I was FOMOing that like it was going to start immediately, and I needed FOMO
is
take time.
You're also never going to catch You know, like I told our other buddy today, who's like, you know, also discouraged with the price action. You guys have only been in for like a month and a half. I did not see a positive profit when I first got in March 2017. I didn't make profits until December of 2017, basically.
Oh, dear God.
And that was the bull run. Oh, yeah. I first got into Ethereum when it was 330. It dropped to 100. And I just kept buying more because I started believing. Then all of a sudden, of course, it goes to 1,500. And I got in Mana. I got in Decentralized when it was 10 cents. It dropped to a penny. I added more. And then it went, you know, I added more at 3 cents. It went to 30 cents. So I started seeing what the game was. But I mean, you're never going to time it right.
Yeah.
For those who think you can honestly, though, go out there and day trade over the span of the next 30 days, like, guys, good. Well, I mean, who am I to say, right? But good luck. I think it's going to be a tough go.
I've tried to pick projects that, like, I feel will really go 4 times what my entrance is. And that, like, I'm trying to pick really solid projects so that if I go to work for the day, I don't
stress.
back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. That's exactly what I do on my channel. Like for people who are buying into these tokens or coins or stocks on my end of things, if you're waking up in the morning stressed out, odds are you probably shouldn't be in it. That's kind of my vibe on how I'm looking at things. Is I shouldn't be stressed out. If I believe in something, I'm buying full tilt. I'm going deep. And if I don't go deep. Simple as that. I just don't lose stress over something I put my money into, you know? Best practice is at least believe. If you don't believe, then back off from the coin or the stock. That's at least my thing.
Can you guys still see us?
Yeah, but you're frozen. You guys have been doing a very nice kind of...
That's a beautiful pose.
Yeah, pose.
Well, we thought you were all frozen, but we'll keep going.
I'm not touching any buttons.
We're not touching.
All right.
Yeah, so I guess we might.
Okay, they'll be back, everybody. They will be back.
So Canvas, long-term buys come with no worries. Yeah, like, and any of you that are just learning shouldn't be doing like going from coin to coin. Pick coins that you really like and hold them for a few months.
Yeah.
And then you won't have to worry about the price action of every day.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like waking up and like day trading, even on the crypto. Oh my gosh, I can only imagine it on stock side of things. Crypto day trading. I mean, I've done the occasional swing trade through BlockFi and Shakepay. I mean, I've made money, but I had 10 times more. I don't know. I'm not there yet, but I mean, I still want to get into, I'm still scared to buy these altcoins that Tim Perry's talking Xrp or this or that. I'm like, dude, I'm lost. Like, you know what I mean?
I think Tim's right though. Like, I just tried a new coin where I went in a simple wallet, converted it, and now I'm already generating hourly interest. Like, I think yield or staking, it's kind of, I think, kind of a hybrid. I think that's kind of where I'm looking because it makes sense to, and that's with Root, right? You're staking it and getting more coins, right, Tim?
Yeah, I'm getting, and then I'm going to do the ETH LP too. So I'm going to do ETH/Root. I'm going to get 11 coins. Right now, I'm only getting 5 coins for my 1 coin.
So you're going to go the ETH route, yeah.
Yeah, because I can do it without the gas now. There's a layer 2 solution on it.
There you go.
As I told you guys the other day, yeah. So if I can do that, then because right now I'm in US dollars and Root, which means my US dollars doesn't change in price. So at least with ETH going up, I can have ETH going up too, right? But on top of this thing called impermanent loss.
This is going to sound like a really amateur hour question, but don't forget the only reason I'm here is to represent the guy who doesn't know what the heck he's talking about on crypto, right? Really dumb question, but when I'm doing my swing trades, I always buy Gemini coin, and I also like the fact that Gemini backs the first ever ETF for Bitcoin, kind of like that, kind of like the Winklevoss, whatever the heck they are, and just their whole vibe. Is there a difference between Gemini and Tether? Like, no, honestly,
no. There's so many different stable coins now.
Yeah. Like, are they identical at the end of the day? Like,
yeah, but like you also like. There are stable coins that could easily get hacked or be scammed. So you got to be careful. Like the reason why Tether, Gemini's okay, stuff like that is because they're super backed, you know, by.
So Tether's the mainstay?
Tether is like the number one. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
But I'd have no problem with Gemini or USDC.
I keep hearing about those three, USDC, Gemini. I mean, Gemini's also insured.
But I'm in a smaller one getting 40% interest a year. And that is a risky one.
Yeah, high risk, high reward, guys. Exactly. Definitely keep that in mind. So I'm watching Tim and Nancy Danter. I'm texting them right now, just in case everybody's wondering. They're on the freeze mode right now. Mr. Freeze got them. So they're going to back out of the studio, come back on 2 or 3 minutes, and the four of us are going to rock and roll. Tim Perry, do you have to you're still rocking and rolling on the timing?
Yeah, once I get a message, I have to deke, but
okay, cool. I'm just going to, and if you guys see comments, you guys step up too. Tim Perry, you're good. Coin Chaser, if you see it. Ken, if you see it, let me know. But
what about the Great White Vaper? What's he trading these days?
Good call.
Not trading much right now, actually. I've just been watching the market. I made my money in Dent there, 600 and change. And now I'm kind of watching it because everything's just, it's all over the place.
It's all over.
And I have been burnt so many times in the past that I think the best to do right now is just kind of find a coin and watch it, figure out what it's doing, and go from there.
Top 5 coins they're asking you there, Vapor.
What's that?
Gary wants to know your top 5 coins.
Oh, top 5 coins? Oh.
Top 5. Well, he is taking a step back. Let's give him a second to think about it then, and let's go to the Tim. Okay. No, you got it? Okay, top 5.
Yeah. Go. I was into NPXS, and they actually changed to PundiX now. So I'm watching that one. I'm watching Ncash. I'm still watching Dent. Theta is locked up, so I don't even look at it anymore. I am watching T-Fuel, though, because T-Fuel is part of it, and it is required, and it's going to go. And I'm watching XRP just for the hell of it.
Before we go on to anyone going further, I don't know if anyone will ever let the 80s Tim Perry go. I don't know if we're going to see that every time, but Rick, dude, I know. Or
I have a lot of funny shirts. If you really want to go there,
So while you guys were gone, we were kind of just going over the top 5 coins of things. So we had it going from, so the Danters are back now. So, but just to continue it, we had Ken here say it. I don't have a top 5 coins. I'm in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then a stable coin. Tim Perry, do you have a top 5 coins, buddy?
Yeah, so Xcur is definitely taking top notch for me right now. Union, Ravencoin, Aave. What else? Oh God, what's the one? Root.
There you go. Okay, Neil, Coin Chaser, shoot.
Kind of been moving things around a little bit, and I'm down in a few areas, so I'm holding those ones. But I did get some ETH about a week ago.
Nice.
And I only spent about half of it, so that's the good news. And I got, actually added to my huddle, and I got some Bitcoin. And I'm just trying to, with the small victories, add more and more. But I just decided to move it, and then I've added a little more Kusama. I love that name. I hope they make me very wealthy, and I'm gonna get a canary tattoo if they do.
Oh, nice. Hey, there we go.
Because I'm excited. They've got a bunch of auctions happening now. There should be some big news. A lot of people are bullish on it, and it's just interesting. And I'm not in DOT. I've kind of gone that route, and if
anybody is curious too on Ethereum fees right now, because I always look at getting whatever I put into MetaMask out, and it's just because right now I want to go to other places. But okay, for me to take out $70 of uni, okay, right now will cost me $102.58. So everyone, that's today's MetaMask fee update. Do we see anything changing with these fees? Because I feel like my money's being held hostage right now.
Mine is too. There's many coins I won't sell that I'm just stuck in because it's not worth selling from the ETH. But no, absolutely. There's already, like I said, with my root right now, I'm going to be doing staking my root paired with ETH for no gas at all because it's a layer 2 solution on the Matic network. So you just got to know where to go to get some things.
Yeah.
Exchange wise, you're still screwed, but Uniswap version 3 is coming with cheaper exchange gas. There's a exchange called Beholder. Unfortunately, doesn't have a lot of liquidity, but it cuts gas fees in half. But you're not going to find a lot of coins on there. So there's options.
Woo platform's trying to do that as well.
Woo's huge. Yeah, Woo's a good call for anyone looking. I wouldn't get in it now because it's going sky high, but there's a dip on Woo. Get in Woo. Woo!
Is that just WOO?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
It's like the hot ticket on Twitter right now. All I see is woo across my Ric Flair and woo.
So Corey Taverson asked, he said he would have to start this from the beginning because he doesn't know who everybody is.
So Corey, up. Well, we're Tim and Nancy, and then over here.
In the middle is Ryan.
And then beside Ryan is Neil, the coin chaser. And then down here is the Great White Vaper, who is Ken. And then over here is Woo Perry.
and Corey was actually a very big contributor to my channel too. So it's really great to see you back over here, Corey. I know you're brand new to my channel, and I'm very glad that you came over here to the Tim and Nancy Danter channel as well. Thank you, Corey.
Yeah, no, we really, really appreciate it. And if you're new watching us tonight, we're so happy to have you at Crypto Night in Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a lively discussion. We've gone around the Garden Gate a few times on OMI and BB and DeLoreans, and we've talked about for sure Ethereum and the Ethereum price prediction and Bitcoin. We've talked about a bunch of stuff tonight, and wanted to just say, if you like what you're seeing, we'd love for you to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so that you know when these Crypto Night in Canadas will come. If you want to get an update throughout the week, we do this similar type thing on Sunday nights on Ryan's channel. It's the Hi Rye Channel. Sunday nights, Crypto Night, and we have fun that and then too. Let's just see. Somebody was saying who's been golfing today.
Golfing.
Yeah, was he golfing today? Were you golfing today?
Me? No.
Was anybody golfing today?
They call me the arborist, by the way, when I golf, because I'm always in the woods.
Well, we got a couple good ones. So Twin World asked, debating on getting root when it dropped to 6, trying to figure out what a good buy-in. Like I said earlier, my buddy who's pretty good at charts is still calling for he's like, he loves root, but he's very picky on his entries. He's like, I'm gonna get at 480, between 480 and 520. Who knows? The market could go. I'm obviously not selling mine to just buy back in earlier.
So Tim, there's a question there on Binance. Can we go in on Binance and set 480 as a buy and just leave it?
You could go on AscendX where it is. Yes.
Oh, sorry, AscendX.
BitMax AscendX. Yeah, you could go and put a buy in at $4.80. Absolutely. Yeah. US wallet value. Nate, what about cold hot wallet ledger? Have it on paper.
Yeah. So Alex says, what about cold or hot water?
Well, we've touched on this. It's your choice. If you go, I've always said that I don't want my ledger or Trezor or anything like that, simply because they've been hacked too. Usually because people have left their passwords on their computers or something. I'm more worried about just a little USB looking thing going missing. So you take your chances everywhere you go, unfortunately. But Nate had a good guys. What's your feeling on the market right now, Tim? Do you feel like it 2017 December just before 2018 bear market? Yes and no. I'm on edge right now. I personally, my gut says we're in for the biggest generational wealth making for off of $500 that you'll ever dream of, before a huge mega storm comes in terms of regulations and price swings down and price, the price stabilizing so you don't get these 100% in a day. I definitely think it's just watching dominance, right? Dominance right now is teasing us, telling us that there is literally going to be a big alt run coming, but I don't trust it because I don't see any of the money allocating broadly across, all the altcoins. So I'm hesitant because it's just is it this easy? But there's been enough blood in the alts that I feel like people are capitulating their alts, which generally always comes before the big run. September, October, most coins dropped, retraced, they did a 10x in the summer and then retraced their whole thing, only to go absolutely nuts now, because that's what it does. It tries to shake you out. So I feel like there's a weird little situation right now, because I'm looking at a lot of people making a lot of money, and I'm even sitting there going, well, I've kind of stabilized. I made a lot of money for a couple of months there with Union, but now I'm sitting here going, okay, my portfolio's dip / kind of sitting here. I'm on edge because I'm watching everyone else make money. I'm like, oh, don't tell me the rug gets pulled now. But my heart is still going with we're about to see a huge, at least a 2-month bull run.
Wow.
And then maybe, I don't know, I'll evaluate after, but I'm thinking like May, June, we're going to see some pretty good gains, and then maybe an earlier dark fall.
Okay, well, it's something to keep on. Nate made a good comment a while back, said fees going up are actually a good thing. And so I wish he was on here so we could ask him to explain that a little bit more. What are your thoughts on that comment?
Don't agree with that at all, because like it scares everyone, at least for Ethereum right now. I want you to buy my Union. I want you to buy all these. I've had so many people like, oh, I like Union, man, but I'm not paying $100 on gas. It's the normies away.
That's the thing. I mean, without having the average retail buyer involved, then at the end of the day, you're limiting yourself like crazy, right? So if it's only going to be whales involved, price action is going to be whatever they decide it to be. So whenever we can lower the fees, for instance, I would probably own more Uniswap if the fees weren't $100 friggin' dollars. You know what I mean? Like, very simple as that. By removing this barrier to entry, I think it's a better thing. Fees might be good if you're a bigger investor. At the end of the day, they're horrible for the people trying to get into it.
Yeah, I think the fees are causing like a stall in the market.
Yeah,
where the market should actually be up here a little more, you know.
But that's why Binance is going nuts right now, because everyone's going to the Binance chain, and you're seeing all these coins. Union's going to do it. Don't. But I've already seen their address most likely. But like Curate Xrp, the other day it swapped from Ethereum to, well, not swapped. It does both. It's crossing, but now it has a Binance chain address. And this is where I told you, if you're smart and know how to arbitrage, you can do pretty well on that. But like, you're seeing all these coins do that. Now, obviously, they don't have a bridge yet for it, which is the ability to just go back and forth. That's what Root is trying to do, which is cross swapping. So, yeah, I mean, the money's going where you can get cheap gas for the most part, which is Binance. And to buy stuff on the Binance chain, you got to own Binance. So that's why you're seeing most likely Binance going crazy again. And Pancake Swap is going up like crazy.
So Tim, I got a question for you. I look at CoinGecko and I look at the top bar, and it tells me, you know, the market cap $2.2 trillion. It shows me the dominance of what ETH is of 52 point something percent. You know those numbers, right? The question I've got for, I guess, everyone is, if the whales decide, or could the whales actually manipulate that and throw us into a false altcoin?
That's what I'm worried about. Because every market's manipulated, right? Like, but crypto's just as manipulated as any other market now. So yeah, that's why I'm on edge, because, you know, they can get a general consensus for what social media and stuff. Because everyone on social media is going, oh, this is alt season's coming because this. And even I know that the pattern has always been flows to, once you see dominance drop, it goes from Bitcoin to the majors, well, to ETH, to the majors, like the top 20. Then to the mid caps, and then the small caps. And generally, it's the small caps that do like 100x gains. That's why I'm in these high risk coins. You know, right now everyone's cussing them out for bleeding, but those are the ones that, when the full altcoin like season comes, they could go crazy. But at the same time, Cardano, VeChain, all these old school coins have been pumping like way more than I thought they would. So I was wrong on that. So who knows?
Right.
Yeah. Just wanted to say, Rick said a message, he said, what would everyone involved in crypto fall back on if there was a serious hack and all of your funds disappeared? Is it not an important topic? Are there laws in place to protect the crypto investor? And then, of course, Owen jumps right in and says, don't think there's any laws, Rick. If you lose it, you lose it. Watch a documentary on MTGOX, and I believe...
Can we go back to Rick's comment here for a second? Again, thank you, Owen, for answering that, because that's the whole nature of the game. It's unregulated. But Rick, what you brought up there is important, because at the same time, there are a lot of people who are afraid to get into this space and are watching, just like you, Rick. So keep in mind, Rick, you just bought into Tesla. I know people who literally own you own crypto, buddy. Whether you like it or not, you're involved in the crypto space, because if crypto's hacked, let's say, on a general sense, Tesla's going to crash. Mark my words, because of the amount of money that's involved. Okay, buddy? So whether you like it or not, you're involved with it. That's how mainstream and integrated it's becoming. So, you know, as big as I almost feel, I feel safer the more adopted it becomes. That's the way I feel about it, only because it's harder to rip off 1 million people as opposed to one person. So it's the mob mentality aspect of it. You're always going to have the unregulated aspect, Rick. But dude, you own Tesla, so you own you own a little bit of the price action on crypto as we speak right now. So just keep that in mind for everyone who's afraid to go into crypto. Look at your holdings because you might have some already.
Well, and Ken, you had something to say there on that subject.
When I lost all my Bitcoin back in 2014, it was because I left it on an exchange called Cryptsy. And I thought Cryptsy was a really good exchange. It was US based out of Florida. And what they were doing is they were starting an exchange here in Canada. So I thought, okay, this is going really good. What that guy did was he actually took everybody's Bitcoin and screwed off to China. That's basically what got me out of doing cryptocurrency. But what happened was the FBI actually tried to follow him and track him down because he took so much money. And there was actually a lawsuit. I found out afterwards, and I was ineligible at the time. But the way the lawsuit went is Coinbase ended up being responsible for it because that's where he was having all of his tokens basically put. So Coinbase ended up going into it. They were held liable and they had to pay out X amount of money to different people. So there is legal ways where they can go after certain things, but this is millions and millions and millions of dollars. So
a lot of these exchanges are becoming insured as well. Like Gemini is insured. I mean, at this and it's going to become a requirement once they start taking public information, right? Because insurance has more to do with the public information that they're taking with respect to the funds, right? So the more public information, the more that they know about you, the more likely it's going to be a requirement to insure. Not only that, it's a marketing aspect because the nice thing about Wealthsimple, it insures. I don't own the coin. Nice thing about Gemini, you own the coin and it's insured. So it's only going to get further and further into this. But
and this is why I've stressed insurance coins because
there you go.
Coming. I mean, right there. Now you guys were just talking about why, and it hasn't hit yet, that narrative. That's why I'm talking about Union. You want insurance. They're going to cover these kind of things. But also, two massive hacks. Binance has already been hacked, and so has KuCoin. KuCoin was hacked for $150 million, and everybody got their money back. However, people like Vaper, or even most recently, Cryptopia was a smaller exchange. It got hacked.
Yes,
everyone lost it all. So if you're on the big exchanges now, you're generally going to be safe, but you don't want to take that risk.
I personally myself, I feel okay now leaving my coins on like Binance. I feel very safe and secure.
Yeah, you'd most like, because I had KuCoin, I had money on KuCoin and I got it all back, no problem. You just don't want to be in the position because with the KuCoin hack, I had to wait like 4 months before I could get my money out. So there's those factors, but I just prefer to be in control of not your keys, not your coin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say that I think so. The question that Corey is said is wondering if BlockFi or Shakepay getting hacked or just in general.
Just in general.
And so I would say that anything that that we promote here on this channel, we have vetted through that. I know anything that Ryan has promotes on his channel, we have vetted through that. You've heard from these guys some of the places that they've used. So they're feeling relatively safe with all of those. So,
Also, Ski Dog, I'm not sure which comment you guys are seeing it as, but to me, it's the second last comment. I feel safe on Shakepay, but BlockFi, not so much. BlockFi is big enough, dude, that I think you can feel okay with BlockFi.
Yeah,
It's insured too, is it not? I think.
Like, I'll be perfectly honest with you, Ski Dog. Like, BlockFi is like the big. Just if anything, I'd feel better with BlockFi than I would Shakepay. So if you're feeling okay with Shakepay, dude, trust me when I say you might as well earn interest on it on BlockFi. BlockFi is adopted more heavily in the United States. It is American. Here in Canada, it's, just kind of, I just started hearing about it. You don't see many Canadian videos about it if you're doing YouTube University. But dude, if you're okay with Shakepay, then you shouldn't need to think about BlockFi. Just take a chill pill, relax, bro, because you're probably good to go in BlockFi. That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah. No, I agree.
For safety over BitBuy if you lost some shit.
There you go.
No, it's true. And Ken, you're right. It's insured. So I feel
then go with it. Like,
yeah, I feel really safe at BlockFi. No problems whatsoever.
Yeah, we've got most of our stuff there.
Before Tim Perry goes, I want to do a roundtable question here, guys. Just because, again, we've got 75 people here, highest of the night. Hit like, subscribe, because I know we only have 45 likes. But now let's go around the table here. Tim and Nancy already know that in stocks, I like to hold a cash position. In crypto, now that I know how to hold a cash position through stable coins, I want to know, do you guys ascribe to that? Do you guys believe in holding stable coin, or are you deep and to the wall, so to speak? Do you hold anything in stable coin for a what if?
Yeah, I'm locked. Like that 40% is a lock.
No, but do you have anything sitting in?
I can't touch it until December of this year.
Oh, okay, but then I wouldn't really consider that a cash holding then, because it's locked.
Well,
like,
no,
do you have any cash that's fluid?
I can claim my reward, so I can claim my interest, because I've been doing that sometimes if I see a good coin.
Yeah, but
just to make sure that I don't spend that money.
Okay, but let's say an opportunity came in November. Yeah. You can't take it out.
No.
Okay, but you have, so then outside of that, because I assume you're holding that for more the interest and less the cash aspect of it. Do you have any cash?
If I lost all my money in crypto, I still have like $20,000 Canadian.
Okay, so so you're referencing the savings account, but or essentially, but you don't hold anything waiting to trade, whether it be on Monday or next week, kind of thing.
I usually do, but I'm all tapped out.
Oh, okay. What about you, Neil?
I'd love more money. But I have this problem with coins and really liking them. So I have zero. Like if I need something, I'm hoping shortly something will pump and then pull investment, things like that. But like getting back to what was said earlier, someone said about like going to Binance and that there are a lot of YouTube videos to show you how to sign up, but it's pretty intuitive. Like if you've signed up for any kind of online account, the Binance just has like extra layers for identity. Someone was asking about BitMax. I use BitMax. I actually grabbed a little bit of BitMax just in case there was a crazy pump and I was wrong. So they looked that stuff up. And another thing I heard, and everyone's like feeling safe in that. The one thing I have learned from Tim is I'm trying never to feel safe, especially with passwords, logging in and going places, because that's when mistakes are going to be made. And I'm really, I'm checking my addresses 3 or 4 times before I send it, especially if I'm doing something bigger. So try not to be too casual is one of the goals I'm doing as someone who's been in for, 6 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Now I will finish off by, I actually forgot my initial question. So maybe if you
remember your question, and I actually have some cash. And I
have cash? Okay, because right now I'm holding 25% in cash. Only because that 25% in Gemini earns a higher interest than anything else I hold. So quite honestly, even if I lose, I win. Like there's no scenario where I lose holding cash. But okay, so okay.
No, Ken, do you have cash?
No, I got everything's in ETH right now, so that I can just jump on whatever I need to.
Yeah.
Guys, I gotta run though.
Okay, thanks, Tim.
Been sweet. Take care, guys.
See you, buddy.
Thank you.
Have a good night. So we got 77 people watching the live.
We're 30 minutes into it.
Yeah, so we'll
78.
78. This is awesome. We could go for about another 5-10 minutes, and then we'll call it a night. So I've got Elmo is saying I hold USD in times of big corrections. So he's got your theory down pat there, Ryan.
Well, if you're going to hold cash on the stock side of things, I don't know why you wouldn't hold cash on the crypto side of things. I mean, at least the way I look at it, I've got $1,000 essentially American to swing at whatever the heck I need if there's ever a misstep. But I like holding cash for sure.
And it's making you money in BlockFi.
It's holding, I'm making 8.6% interest.
I know, that's crazy, isn't it? It's just ridiculous. I don't know if I'll ever use a bank again as a savings account.
It's ridiculous. And guys, their BlockFi link, if you haven't signed up, because I know there were people sketchy. Again, it was that guy Ski Dog. Dude, it's the second or third link in the description below. Sign if you literally have stuff in Shakepay and you're not making interest, you're losing. You're losing. As simple as that, you're losing money.
Yeah.
So and folks, just to let you know a little bit of a hook for next week, I have found out that I am like Rye does a Simple Cash, and he does his randomizer and stuff for some prizes and stuff. So I'm going to start that hopefully next week, but I'm going to give it out over Shakepay. So you need to sign up, have a Shakepay account with the description below. Sign up because I'll be able to send it to your. It's called a Shake Tag, I believe. And it'll go right in just like that. So I can give you Canadian dollars, I can give you Bit, or I can give you ETH, whatever you prefer. Well, it's not going to be a lot, but you know.
We'll just send you some Satoshis.
Yeah, Satoshis or
well, whatever. I mean, even if it's, I mean, wouldn't, this is the thing, maybe, I mean, it's almost stupid for me to be giving cash because wouldn't you guys rather, I mean, I got my referrals paid on BlockFi in Bitcoin and I thought, okay, it's $20 a referral. And then Bitcoin went up. And I'm like, okay, now it's $27 a referral. If I hold that to the end of the year, it's so at the end of the day, guys, if you can get paid out for a prize in a cryptocurrency, take it and run. Okay, take it and run all day long, guys.
So, and Ski Dog is saying the reason he likes the Shakepay, and I think this was how you felt originally, Ryan, was that because he can get in and out if he needs the cash really quickly. So we can understand that. I would say for those of you that are wanting to look at your holding in BlockFi is your long-term position where you're making that passive income, we get paid monthly on the money that we're holding in there. Like it's substantial if you really have.
And then the follow-up comment was Owen, a contributor to my channel. Sorry, we'll get to you, Leah. Sorry, but Owen, gas fees on sending it to Shake or to BlockFi. There's no gas fee. There's a transfer fee that is like, I remember it's like we're talking less than $5. Okay, like it's virtually zero. And you know, even trading on BlockFi, honestly, Owen, if you've got anything over $500, dude, earn some money on it. Make your money, have your money work for you. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not just we're beginners at this. Okay, go watch multi-millionaires 10 times over talk about BlockFi because quite honestly, everybody uses it. But you should feel very safe with BlockFi, and it's American based.
The other thing is no matter what you're doing with coins or BlockFi or Ethereum, what I've learned is that I can go into CoinGecko. And there are upscale packages you can buy. I've just got the normal one, but I will choose and put on my my list, if you will, and I can choose percentages. I think 5, 10, 15, 20% up or down, and have it notified to me. So at any point in time, if I know that things are heating up and I'm on the road with my 9 to 5 or whatever, right? I get an alert and it's like, okay, I'm out, and then I put it into a stable coin or something like that. So there are ways to take that anxiety off you as well.
Yeah.
Elmo wanted to know what the name of the app was. That's the Canadian. It's also in our description down below. It's called Lend, LEDN, or Ledin.
It's so I don't like how they switch this LDs with hold and hodl or whatever the heck and lend with Ledin or whatever. Yeah. I mean, stop doing this to the English language.
Memory serves me. I haven't gone back and looked, but you can only get Bitcoin on there. So,
it's okay. And I will say that to Elmo, their link for Lend is down below. But quite honestly, you know how on my channel, Elmo, because I've seen you before, I blast Canadian as much as I can. I would still recommend BlockFi. That's also below.
And so I want to jump over to what Owen is saying. He says the OCD in him hates crypto in the sense that you have to have 6 different apps and all that stuff. But it's no different. Here's the thing. It's no different than when you go to buy the stocks. Sometimes you have to buy it on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Sometimes you have to buy it on the NASDAQ. Sometimes you have to go on the S&P. It's just where they're held. It's just the exchange. It's no darn different. But it's no different than if you need to go to the drugstore to buy your drugs and you need to go to the you want to go to dry cleaners to a difference that you just have.
Well, Nancy, let's compare it to social media. 2008, we all started with Facebook. Now we have Instagram, Snapchat. We've got, Facebook Messenger. We've got, my social media thing has my folder in my phone has probably 7 apps. So, I mean, it's an evolution, buddy. It's an evolution.
It is.
Yeah. Binance also has good interest on staking, savings, on stable coins and altcoins. Yeah, as Tim Perry said earlier, Binance is really the place that there's going to be a big explosion there. So we're going to buy some Binance coin, right?
She makes the rules.
No. It's you know what? It is really, you have to kind of decide you're going to really dig in and learn about some of these things. So if you're feeling confused, then that's welcome to the journey. Every one of us has felt confused. I remember even 2 weeks ago, Ryan was very definitive about certain things, and he's relaxed his stance as the weeks have gone on, because guess what? He's learning about it a bit more.
Guys, I literally thought Tim and Nancy were the craziest people I've ever telling me, oh, you have to put all your money into crypto. And I'm just like, okay, well, let's just talk about it on the channel and then we'll see where it goes. Guys, look at where I've come. Okay. I mean, I'm still very slow to the race. I'm not getting into anything I'm not comfortable with, but the staples, Shakepay, BlockFi, Lend, Binance. I mean, guys, it's a no brainer. And I mean, Elmo, I'm coming at it. I mean, maybe you align more with where I'm at in the process. But at the same time, it is an evolution. Okay. Every one of us is on a different step. It's just one staircase. Okay. It doesn't matter what step we're on, but you will climb it up. So slow and steady wins the race, buddy, but just don't rush yourself. Yeah.
So, and I mean, go back to Ken for a minute. You've been watching all of this for the last few months, but as a viewer and watching our banter and all the rest of it, even you have to admit Ryan's changed a lot over the last little bit.
Yeah, actually, I went and I looked at his first video. I watched it again.
Did you saw it? You
watched it again, and I gave you another view on it.
Nice.
And I was just like, wow, you're wearing your coat, and I was just like, wow.
Dude, I was
holy.
Dude, that was my last ditch effort, and then, well, we'll get into that on my channel. That was the last.
You've had a beautiful journey, though. You really have.
It's worked out. I think it's worked out.
Got to keep it going. That's all.
Yep.
Well, and you have to admit, Ken, you got resurgence just from finding Ryan after Christmas and then getting into it, and it's not really that different from Neil's journey, which is, you know, him getting re-excited about life through in having hope that there's something we can do beyond just waiting for life to roll over us all, right? And I think that's what's the cool part about this community, is that we've somehow found camaraderie. And Ken, I liked what you said when we were talking on Saturday, was that the only way to do crypto really, really well was by joining a community of people, like-minded people, so that you can have conversations, so that we can talk some of this through. We can't do this by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like I told you. I told you that story. I hung out with like 8-9 different people on Google Hangouts, and they were like somebody from the States, somebody from Scotland, some people from Canada. There was some people from Australia. There was a guy from Thailand that was an English instructor over there. And we just bounced ideas. It was a little different than this, though, because I would get a Google Hangouts phone call at like 3 o'clock in the morning about some coin. But, you know, there's so much information that you can't do it by yourself. So if
that's a fact.
we do it as a community, we're going to do some good stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what, I can guarantee you this, and because everyone here, we recognize the names, guys. I know some names, even Michelle Fortier here. I know where you're living right now. I recognize the email addresses. Like, we recognize the names here, guys, and we're so glad you guys are back. There was a good question here for Neil the Coin Chaser. Again, follow him on Twitter. Rye Guy the Doppelganger. And I love your display picture, buddy. Man, I like that. I want that on my Xbox gamer tag. But okay, Neil, you're saying... Neil, are you looking forward to being able to stake Omi on the VV app for the Master Collector program? The only reason I ask is because I've been looking a lot into that.
I was looking at it, but it seems like right now, from what I can gather, like I'm still very new to it. It seems like a more work than it's worth. I never moved my stuff over to Uniswap for liquidity in that, and it was just because I was worried about a dump and, you know, spending the money, get it over there, maybe making a mistake. So I think it's a really good opportunity, but I'm not going to go that route right now. I'm kind of at my limit, and I want to see a few gains so I can pull back.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm going to shill, we were talking about adoption and people not getting it. There's one that I got into before their mainnet launch, and it crashed. They've gone down. It's ORN. It's Orion Protocol.
My gosh, dude!
They have monster partnerships. It's sitting, like, last time I looked, at $15. If I had money but I'm already invested in it and I'm waiting, I would be looking there because their terminal is supposed to be awesome. They've got all these launches coming, and like they just partnered with Polkadot. Like the partnerships aren't small; they're huge. That would be one I'd be looking at because that whole angle for me was adoption. And I don't know if I really talked about that one. It's got crazy liquidity for the coin. I would highly recommend if you're looking at something. I don't think it's going to happen now, but that's kind of where I'm focusing now. Ami, I'm going to go the NFT route and try and get a few NFTs in the app in VV and turn those over. That's kind of, I'm not doing any staking with it right now just because I've kind of got my hands everywhere and I feel like I'm going to lose a finger in a minute.
It kind of feels that way for sure. It does.
Hey, listen, everybody. We got 60 people left. I just want to throw this up. That is the Coin Chaser's Twiddle.
That's his Twiddle account. Is that your Twiddle account there, Neil?
Twiddles, yeah.
That's it. He's got some really cool stuff.
I'm just trying to have fun and being positive out there, and just sharing anything I'm learning.
You're so sweet. And Jason Spooner, you are just a sweetheart for making that comment on the two best communities to get into and wishing that we get to 1,000 subscribers. That's really nice of you. Just wanted to take a minute to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I mean, this has been a lot of fun and lively discussion, and learning and growing together is one of the best things about 2021, in my opinion. So
remember to hit our Facebook page, the Crypto Night in Canada on Facebook. And any parting thoughts, guys? I think we're going to wrap it up. We're about an hour and 45 into it.
Let's give it this. Let's give you guys literally rapid fire 3 to 4 minutes tops. That extra minute, okay, that 4 minutes, that's the freebie. Let's say 4 minutes. Rapid fire your questions out for both, or for all four of us. Neil, Coin Chaser. We got Ken, the no hair friggin' vape god over here. We got Hi Rye, and then we got Tim and Nancy Danter here. Rapid fire questions because we're only here for about 120 to 80 seconds. Let's rock and roll, guys. But I had a good time tonight. Even lots of hiccups. That's the nature about live streams, eh? You never know what's going to happen with live streams.
Well, at least it's out of our system.
Yeah.
We know that it works either way. If we go down, you're still up, and if you go down, we're still. That's
okay, man. We're rocking and rolling.
That's our tag team, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Crypto Night in Canada does rock, Derek, and you're right. So I hope you're subscribed, buddy, because you're missing out. And everyone, by the way, if you've subscribed, fantastic. We love you to death. But have you hit the bell? Okay, hit that bell so that you actually are notified when the dancers have unique content coming out. Outside of Crypto Night in Canada, hold on. Gary says, should I move my Wealthsimple crypto to Shakepay? I will say this. If you're comfortable with it, move it. If you're not yet comfortable with it, keep it there until you are. But I would move it to Shakepay after selling it, of course. If you're comfortable with it, I would move it directly to BlockFi. But, I mean, whatever floats your boat, buddy. But, again, it's all stages.
And I'd agree with you, Ryan, there. Gary, if you're looking to make passive income at whatever percentage, and depending on what vehicle you put it in on BlockFi, you're going to make at least 5-point-something% with one, all the way up to, if it's a stable coin, to 8%. So in U.S. funds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Paid monthly. So that would be my objective, because the name of the game is to take what you got and have your money make money.
Yeah,
exactly.
This is awesome. So, all right, listen. Thank you. Ken, you were fabulous. I hope you'll come back and do Crypto Night in Canada with us again. Did you have fun tonight?
For sure. Yeah, I did actually.
And Ken, I will say this too, because I almost felt really bad the night that I did the live stream where it was such a success. I didn't know it would be a success bringing people on, but in case everyone's wondering, that idea, okay, was not an original Hi Rye idea, okay? That was Tim and Nancy's idea. They said, try it out. And you know what? I was like, oh, I miss people. I want to have the dancers on, but they're busy. So I didn't know what to do. So I brought people on. So I loved that. But also, Ken, when you're on my live streams as well, get your friggin' webcam ready, because I want new and exciting people. And again, Coin Chase or Neil, you can always come, like, dude, anyone who wants to come on, but Ken, rockstar move, dude, coming on the Danters channel, a lot to offer. but offers out there for everyone. And it was an original Tim and Nancy Danter idea. I just want to clear that up.
Thanks, man.
You know what? You're so sweet. And it wasn't that we were busy. You exhaust us. I had to go to bed that night. I was exhausted. I was like, that is it. I can't. But I watched it and I loved every minute of it. I loved meeting all the regular viewers that were on. And I hope you do it again because it was amazing. Neil, you are fun as always. And
10 cents, Jason. 10 cents tonight, baby.
Oh,
Hey-yo.
there you go.
They've
And,
been giving us updates on OMI throughout the stream. It's
I
almost up
said-
to a cent, so I could be wrong.
oh,
if,
boy.
if the community really wants to have their mind blown, look up 42 coin.
Okay, but don't give any more information. Let's
That's
save
it.
it to the next friggin' video, okay?
There you
Well,
go.
look it up.
Coin is the hook, okay? What do you guys want to know about it? What does Ken have to say about it? You'll never know unless you hit like, subscribe, and that bell because we got to talk more about it. Don't
Yeah,
give away
no,
more.
this is amazing.
Everybody, get ready for next week's broadcast. Get your Shakepay account so that you can.
Because we're going to
get
do
your name in the
giveaways.
box.
We're going to do giveaways. We're
start
going to
giveaways
figure it
next
out.
And everybody enjoy the sunshine.
Yeah. Thanks, Ryan. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one.